That's all right. We'll get to a bunch of stuff today. Momir doesn't take too long. Momir. And I'm going to leave the account alone because we're probably going to the free-to-play after this, and it doesn't even really matter. I mean, this is the paid account, but it just doesn't matter. And I think we're going to free-to-play next, so I'll just leave it for future accuracy. Who am I kidding? I'm too much of a stickler for the details. It's not too hard to switch it. Fine, there you go, I'm accurate. I got to mulligan this. 7-lander. I don't need to contact Wizards, Queen. I just don't know what... I don't have any info on how Wizards wants to approach this thing. So I'm not going to presume anything. I'm not one to do a 1. Especially if Oppo on the play does it. Maybe you're supposed to go aggro, but... I don't think you're reading between my lines, Queen. Nothing here sucks. Nothing here sucks. I just don't know what Wizards' rollout is for this, and I'm not going to step into anything. All right, we'll pitch something now. I don't think it's optimal to play this on free-to-play. Ooh, that's actually really great. And, hey, what do you know? Come on.
You say I never heard of ya, a rat burglar.
The rat burglar in Momir. Yeah, and happily trade off here. What I said, Queen, is that I have been invited to everything. I just can't... I'm not willing to talk about it right now. I'm not talking about it. That doesn't really do much. Kind of a gray ogre. Let's see. Is there any reason to keep this around as opposed to trading? This does nothing. Let's see. Spells your opponent's cast that target a merfolk ability. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So we'll trade off here. All right. See if they got another island. I wonder if Tempest Djinn means you're supposed to play more islands than not. Hold on a second. Getting data notifications from my ISP. Oh, they got a discard too. Discard's very powerful. I think we got to keep trading here and hope that we hit something on 5 here. They have to take a turn off, you know, or stay at 5. We get to keep climbing. That's not what we were hoping for. Oh, Momir. I think Oppo did not do this right. I don't think you're... Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just going on my historical memory of kind of Magic Online Momir, and maybe the card set here makes it different, but I never do a 1. I think we're just getting a little unlucky. There we go. Oh no, we're super unlucky. We're getting very unlucky. All right. That's something that happens on 6. It doesn't make me not want to do a 6, though. I think you just have to go for it. I mean, you could do a 5 and then skip to 7, but the chances of that are low enough that I just don't think you do it. Yeah, I rare drafted so heavily, my deck is just full of basics. Yeah, and it looks so good. Like, oh yeah, 6/6. Oh, no. Not what we were looking for. I mean, it's Momir. The stuff that gets me going is the stuff that hurts my pride, like that makes me, oh, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. You know, man, is it like, maybe I have to? No, I'm not doing a 1. I think that's getting super lucky. There's so many terrible ones. I'm not convinced doing a 2 is good either, but when my opponent goes 1/2 and produces 2 power from their 1-drop both times, you know, like, yes, we could start on 3, but can you really start on 3 when Oppo has done this? You can't. You gotta follow what Oppo's doing to some level. Yeah, all the all these great ETB effects. They give you some hope. Oh, a window's coming. Oh, no. Does nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's what you're hoping for, right? Like, that's where we got really punished last time is that in the 3, 4, 5 run, we didn't produce anything that could stop a 3/4, which is what they kept producing last game. No attacks. We got good defenders. Let's see. Does this do anything worthwhile? Sacrifice this, or yeah, no. It's really hard to use activated abilities unless they're amazing. You just don't really have the mana time to do that. Or you do, I guess. That makes some sense. Maybe I'm... let's see. You go... But yeah, it takes 2 to do that. So are you doing that? I guess there's a pretty useless creature. So maybe it's not the worst... It allows Oppo to go up the chain next turn, but if they make a 1 here, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, if you do that, at least take the turn off. I don't like that at all. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you don't make 1s, folks. My name is 14. I was saying it's limited adjacent in that it's that MacGyver magic. You know, you don't know what you're sitting down with, you don't know what you're going to be playing, and based on what cards come your way, you make the best of it. So it's definitely Soul Sisters with limited if it's not technically limited. Oops. Yeah, it trades. And actually can start attacking with the Courser to do some work, but we're going to hang back. I guess they don't have any attacks. I guess they can attack with the Knave if they want. They could have done that last time. Yeah, we're going to say no attacks because the 1/3 stops the 2/1. It's constructed in that you have to choose your land mix. Maybe you should just be 100% islands in case you hit that Jin. What other land type? What other cards on Arena that would appear here get significantly better based on the quantity of a basic land type that you control? Yeah, you give up on maybe too much, like, because there's enough activated abilities that but you could lean towards blue. Maybe it might be correct to lean blue. Yeah, you want a little of everything, but I think what I would say is it's certainly not optimal. If the time traveling supercomputer broke Momir this format, Momir on Arena right now, what is this about? All right, I'm gonna call. Am I missing something? Oh, this is what I'm missing. If swords would deal damage to permanent deal. Okay, it's still a trade. Let's do this trade instead. That seems good. There's an activated ability like we might want to use. And this, it still says it deals double, so like we can block this with this. It still doesn't have actually good attacks. And we can take out that knave. Maybe, this isn't doing any blocking, so it can attack. But this is going to sit back and potentially block. This is the first time I've ever resolved a Skargan Hellkite, by the way. Well, there you go. I think we probably had this one anyway, but that was funny. Maybe it's a 100% chance. It's funny that we are 2 for 2 on 6 drops producing a Belzenlock so far. We are playing Momir. Yeah. That's a thing you can do. We're going to do that. And that. Oppo, you can scoop, you know. Like, you can scoop. I mean, geez, I'm not even going to cast anything. Just... I'm not even thinking that far ahead. I'm not playing, like... I don't care. It's too hard. The stakes are too low, and it's too much wacky fun for me to get too hung up on whether or not I properly played the right lands to anticipate the 9-drop, but... Oh, you think I should have given... yeah, I could have given Oppo a 6-drop. And see if I could have double demoned. They would have lost first. So maybe, since mountains seem so important, should it just be mountains and islands? What are I mean, not 100%. Again, I think you want a little of everything, but I'm wondering where it's correct to lean. There's definitely some colors to lean into to maximize the value you get out of the resulting creatures. I love magic. Swamp is the worst land. Mountains and forests, I think. Swamp is the best land. Magic in a 3-chat arc. Yeah, you're probably right, G-Grap. It just occurred to me as Oppo was actually making that Jin work. but it depends on, you know, again, the time-traveling supercomputer knows exactly what the right breakdown is, and I'm sure none of us have it. I'm just curious. It would be really interesting to see what that was, and also interesting to see how it changed set to set. Like a new set comes out, and the time-traveling supercomputer would have a whole other set of cards to incorporate into the data. That's pretty good. Stuff that explores is excellent. There's more than you think. The biggest strategic choices in Momir, besides how to use the creatures once you have them, is what lands to put in your deck, which we were just talking about, and when to start your curve, and if there are any places on the curve you want to skip, and if there are any places on the curve you're specifically trying to get to and stay on to just dump some huge monster every time. We'll go. No!
Extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
I mean, if I get Chillbringer on 5, I need to go buy a lottery ticket. For those of you who just came in late, in our first Momir game, we made a turn 2 play because Oppo went 1-2 and we needed to fight the pressure, and we created a Rat Burglar. So we've had 2 of our 3 card memes show up so far. Nothing great about looting in this situation, but I would rather wait and see if our upcoming creatures blank these 2/2s. I don't like trading a higher power for a lower power when you keep going up the chain here, and you're very likely to end up with something that trumps these 2/2s. So let's look for one. Like that. Yeah, there's some undergrowth dudes that are not going to be very good. I guess that other what's the other one's an X, I guess. So that's nice. Solid 5 for Oppo. Let's see what we can do to match it. I think we matched it. I'm going to call it a match. We do need to get up in the air, you know, not die in the air, but I think we should be able to get there. We'll untap and have Ascend, unless they pull off some ETB removal type stuff here. That's another aspect of strategy. Sometimes you do get to a point where you ask yourself, well, what are my outs here, right? What are my outs? What are my outs to this? And you can go super deep. Like, if there were no time limit, if there were no clock, you could go, okay, we need to block the air elemental. At what CMC do the most creatures reside that can block an air elemental? And then you do that. Even if you have the potential to do what, you know, you do that. So, oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. Bells and Lock. I summon you, Bells and Lock. Bells and Lock! Bells and Lock! No, but there you go. We have a blocker. Great. No attacks, though, and of course we will do what we must to make sure that this Carnage Tyrant doesn't roll over us. There's a reason to have red mana, too. Shivan is on, it's an M19 not in packs card, but it technically is available if you wanted to play the Dragon. Nothing else, just this? Well, I got some tender shoots for you. Actually, this doesn't matter. Might as well block with the lower toughness one. I mean, it does trample a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about that. There's more trample to put stuff in front of. Maybe the point is worth more than 3-3 versus 3-2. Not sure. It's pretty close, I bet. We'll add a plains and go for 7. Yeah, that's what I should have done, Wujo. Just put everything on it, and then I would take no trample damage and let them choose. Probably correct. Let's see. I can't even. Oh, this helps. Yeah. So great. I didn't even see what we drew, but this blocks the 4/4 and gives us the ability to attack with our own flyer, which will draw us a card too. I think this game is over, but there's some crazy stuff, I bet, that we're not maybe thinking about that could come out here. Anything, any creature ETB destroy multiple creatures or do lots of damage to... Yeah, like there, you know, that's one way to get worried. This game is over in N2Co? Maybe. I think we might have enough to block here. Math is for blockers, but also... alphas are for getting in front of. I don't want to get in front of it with my tender shoot, though. That's gonna rebuild us if we survive. I think we do. So if we do this... That's not a trade. That's unfortunate. Maybe we can... 7... Just looking at some different blocks here. In this case, we take no trample, and we take 11, and go to 1. But we get some trades in, and then we can stay back on D. Next time, I'm going to block like this. We're going to go to 1. Now we have, don't have lethal, do we? We can block 3, 1, not this one though, so they block this, this, and this, and we get 3. Yeah, we're not even close, so let's make us an 8? Yeah, maybe we'll get a razor of our own. A raise boar, rather. No, but we get to make more tokens. And we got nice, good blockers on the ground. So I actually feel okay about the Shivan attack. They might go for Piggy again, you know. Although, is there a guarantee at 9 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 is, Yeah, Slim. Playing for Palaka. No, I think playing for the win was... I mean, like, why... If you're, like, specifically saying, why didn't we go for Palaka instead of going for the 8-drop that wins us the game right now, you know... Oh, maybe because... The answer would be because of other cards, but I haven't thought that deeply. Like, maybe Slin Voda is a bad hit, and you want to avoid something disastrous from 8 or something, but... Oh, you don't kick it. That's right. That's right. Thanks. So yeah, if there's no drawback, then, and you can only name one card in each slot, then you should just go for the better card, I guess. But if you can come up with like, oh, here are 7 creatures at 7 that really lock this game up, and there's only 3 at 8 that do it, then you're absolutely correct to do the 7. And that's where the... I really do wonder what the time-traveling supercomputer's record would be at Momir, because there's more edge here than one thinks, and it's a deep, deep edge that most humans can't really take full advantage of. But the time-traveling supercomputer could know everything at all times about every possibility and would have those exact answers. Like, the CMC to give us the highest % chance to get out of this specific board state is this one, which is... You got it, Dave? Not sure your question. Couldn't you hold 3 mana back? I'm not sure what you're asking, Queen. Like, yes, you can. You don't have to spend all your mana, but you do not get to pay kicker costs or whatnot in the Momir creation process. I don't think you can. I've been wrong about such magic rules before, but I don't think you get those options with Momir. You look at the exact wording. Create a token. So you're not casting anything, that's the thing. If you were casting it, you would. But since you're not casting a card, you're not casting a spell, you're creating a token. And that's why you don't get to pay additional costs. I mean... Every Oppo that's dropped a 1 on us, it's been 2 power. Every one. I'm still not playing a 1. We'll probably play a 2, though. And I still think this is incorrect. Too many horrible cards at 1. Then they're stopping on 2. That's interesting. Kind of makes me want to stop on 2. Like, just take another hit here. Yeah. I'm fine with that. It's a little risky. If they get really lucky here, it could hurt. Pelt collector on 1. I guess we're doing it wrong, Wujo. We must be doing it wrong. That's good. Mana ramp is very good. They get to go to 5 on the next turn, which could put us too far behind the curve since we're playing our first creature now. So we're going to need some good stuff, I think. Some ramp of our own or something. That's not great. That's a Grey Ogre for now. So if the Sky Marcher comes in, we'll happily trade off. We hope they get a stinky 5, because we need some luck on their front in order to... Yeah, that's a decent 5. These are annoying, but it wasn't a bomb, so that's good. And they didn't attack, so that's also good. Okay, we can also have a Hill Giant. If they swing with the 4/5, we'll double block. Yeah, ramp is huge, as you see. Like, I didn't like their choice to play a 1, but this is not what's beating us. What's beating us is ramp on 3, and they went first, so they're basically 2 points ahead of us on the curve in terms of when stuff is attacking, and that's really harsh. Okay. Still, this poor toughness is bugging us because we don't have great defenses here. Do we block the 2-1? A lot of choices here depending on how Oppo attacks. But I expect we'll see the 4 and the 4-5. No, they're just going to do that, huh? Well, do we wipe our board? I think at 14 we can't just sit here and take this. We might be able to justify taking this, but I don't. I'm just going to clear our board to 3 for 2 ourselves. And count on Bells and Lock to save us. Time-traveling supercomputer is a concept I coined, or a concept I coined on limited resources to basically frame the Monte Carlo style approach to understanding statistics and choice, where you don't need to be smart, you just need to have enough brute force data to establish what a correct decision is just because you've done it 10 trillion times, not because you understand magic. And so the idea of a time-traveling supercomputer is one that is capable of making magic choices and makes a deck choice and goes to a tournament and then records that data, makes completely random choices throughout the tournament, goes into a tournament, plays it randomly, but is time-traveling and it's a computer, so it has infinite patience. And with infinite time and infinite patience and infinite capacity to compile data, the time-traveling supercomputer plays magic perfectly despite not knowing really how to play magic. That's the concept of that. Ooh, it looks like I'm not going to win this one. So the supercomputer is just a concept to say, if we could play this perfectly, if we knew exactly what the 100% best play is every time, ... That's what the time-traveling supercomputer would do. So we got to take this and really hope for a great 7. And we got to hope they somehow brick out. But we just lost to ramp. You know, these are the coin flips of Momir. Oppo made a turn 1 decision that was suboptimal, and then got a turn 3 score that is going to end this event for us. But, you know, this is... You're not sure you agree with the basic concept. I don't know what you mean, Timnos. What's your... What part of the concept... How do you... Maybe you're doing a sarcastic, but I don't even understand the sarcasm. Oh, sorry. I was just being dead. There was no way we were overcoming that. I guess I should say, yeah, because there's not really a creature that wraths. So unless you had a creature that could blow up the world, maybe we play a 4 and try to get Chupacabra, but even that doesn't do it. I think that was a 0%er. And look, we played Momir and we won twice and lost twice, huh? Oh, I know. I meant to. I absolutely meant to. I just was distracted by already kind of talking post-game. I meant to. All right, well, there you go. That was Momir. We're not going to do that again, but that was fun.